Okay. Alright. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a stranger episode of Snezhinka Gaming, where today we are playing a unique game. I've been playing this one for a bit in my downtime. I just found this one randomly, and I was like, hey, this seems kind of interesting, so I decided to give it a try. I realized it's not that long of a game, and nor is it really that big either. This is going to be part of a new series that I shall now classify as the one-shot series, where you will play a game that is basically it's going to be a playlist of a bunch of games that could be completed within either a single sitting or within a short period of time, right? It's basically arcade-style type of games that are not meant to be played for hours or long periods of time, or at least in a single, I guess. Well, actually, it can be completed in a single setting, I should actually say, but you get the point, right? It's going to be very much just a really short game. So this game is called Snezhinka, I believe is how you say it, and it's a game about you play as a bunch of girls. Essentially, it's anime aesthetic, but it's basically a bunch of girls that are they enlist or they are inducted into the strange military world of this setting. It's kind of like 40K with anime girls, but only it's like a corporate type of one, right? Everything is corporate. Everything has special interests. It's basically like, how do I put this? Everyone uses very strange sounding names. I'm assuming this is a parallel to Russia, but I have no idea. I'm assuming this is what would happen if Russia was more, economy focused than it is like party focused. I don't know. But the point is that this game is it's just a unique one, and I thought it would be interesting to stream. Just for like a quick video, nothing too major, nothing too strange or just peculiar, just anything that really stands out. Just something that I think people would probably be interested in wanting to see. I happen to like this game. It's actually, despite the fact that it's got a very simplistic gameplay, and also a gameplay structure, I think it does that pretty well. And there's also some story elements in here. There's a small side stories mostly, but there is a actual story for the main character, as well as several of the hired companions, if you so wanted to. So I just thought, you know what? Why not? This has been a pretty enjoyable use of my downtime playing this game, so why not actually just go ahead and just record myself playing it? Give it some more exposure if people actually find it and decide they want to try it. Maybe they like it. It's actually pretty inexpensive. I believe it was $20 on the Steam store, but it could be 10. I don't remember. It's a fairly cheap game compared to most other games these days, and it's certainly, despite the fact that it's not the biggest game, certainly, and when it comes to hardware and programming use, it's also got one type of gameplay style to it. It's actually really enjoyable. It took that one concept, that one gameplay loop and concept, and it was just like, let's give it a story mode. Let's give it some context. Let's add some challenge mode. Let's add a horde mode. Let's add all kinds of things to it, right? Well, I guess it's just more so like a story mode and a challenge mode, but you get the point. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. So, let's see here. I noticed that it seems to be carrying over my data from my account. So there was no hard mode originally when I clicked this. Or was there? No, it is. It's carrying my data from my account. Okay, that's interesting. But yeah, essentially you start out with, you can have, for the story mode, different playstyles. In the challenge mode, you can play as different girls. But in the story mode, you play as Snezhinka. And despite the fact that you can't really just, choose which girl to play in the game, you can choose their playstyle if you like their preferred weapons and playstyle. So that's just something to note. But for the sake of just playing the game as it was intended, Snezhinka's more of an all-rounder. So we're going to go ahead and play as that. It's a pretty fun game. Simple premise, simple story. It's got some interesting themes here and there, but it's nothing too major. It's a game for simply to game, and if you want something like context or a story to it, it has that. And it's all there. It's all surface level. It's all there. It's easy to hop in, hop out, just kind of have fun with it. I'm noticing that it's carrying over my data from my main account, which is kind of funny because it really shouldn't be doing that, to be honest. It's a little weird. Because, see, I was looking up and I was seeing that Steam was it was retiring its service for being able to link accounts. And so now you have to start a family account, a shared family umbrella account in order for things to work right. So I had to do that for this profile. And naturally, of course, as things happen to go, it turns out there's more to this than I thought. Apparently, it carries over data from my main account, which is fascinating, but that's neither here nor there. My sister Marfusha, I believe is how you say it, is a soldier. She was conscripted into the National Army as a simple guard, but was later inducted into a new elite unit, the Molten Iron Squadron. She's had a haunted look in her eyes ever since. Now, whenever she comes home on leave, she's covered in wounds and barely able to move. She can't keep this up much longer. If only there was something I could do. Marfusha, you're needed back at the front. We move out in 5 minutes. I have to go. Marfusha, no. You're in no shape to fight right now. Please don't. Slam. Silver-toothed soldier. Hold your treasonous tongue, girl. The supreme leader himself gave your sister the honor of serving him in this country. How dare you question his wisdom? I should lock you in a cell and throw you away the key, you seditious little. Enough, I'll go. Just stay away from my sister. Huh. At least one of you has some sense. You just watch yourself, Marfusha. You might have been lucky enough to catch the Supreme Leader's eye, but in the end, you're still just a commoner. Marfusha, take care of yourself, okay? I will. Don't worry, Snezhinka. I'll be back before you know it. So, I'm also going to say right out of all the endings that I've seen so far, there are no good endings to this game. This game is a lot like 40K, and where everything ends on a depressing note, and there is no good ending. There is no good news. Anyways. That day, Marfusha left for the battlefield, and she never returned. I haven't been able to contact her since, no matter how hard I try. The army refuses to answer my questions, and there's nobody else I could turn to for help. My only choice is now to track down my sister and bring her home myself. And there's just one way a civilian like me can find her way to the battlefield. Enlist. Employment offer. Thank you for your interest in the Blue Peacock Co. We have reviewed your application and wish to offer you a contract position with our company. Kindly review the enclosed forms and return them to us at your earliest convenience. Welcome to the Blue Peacock unit, newbie. This is a private military company. In case you didn't realize, that means our job is to fight on behalf of our clients. My name is Dachka. I'm a manager in the military security department and your commanding officer. Before you get too comfortable, keep in mind that you'll be starting out on a 30-day trial period. You better work hard if you want your contract to be renewed. Dismissed. Also, the music in this game is bopping. It's a real bopper. The enemy's max letter of appointment. As of today, you have been contracted to provide security for a government public address speaker storage facility. The enemy's mix will assault your position to plunder the assets stored within. Your duty is to repel them at all costs. This is an exceedingly simple assignment, so remain focused and ensure no mistakes are made. Satisfactory completion of this task will earn you a raise. However, if the objective sustains 50% or more damage, Repair fees will be deducted from your salary. You have been given a valuable opportunity to contribute to the enduring glory of our great nation. Hone your skills in battle, then use them to bring ever-increasing value to our company. Blue Key Peacock & Co. There we go. That was weird. So, yeah. You can probably guess what kind of game this is now. You probably play Flash games of this similar level of variety before. A taste of oil. Defeat your first mech. And then you get to select what kind of stuff you want to add for your next day of having to defend this location. Let's see. The strategy that would be best to employ early on in this part of the game would be to go for all the stat increases. Fuck the weapons for now, because they're costly. Go only for stat increases. And for right now, I want to get a fire rate increase. This is the aim function, as the game is clearly pointing out. In fact, let me also go ahead and just minimize myself a little bit. Oh, I forgot I still have my YouTube window open. There we go. Oh, that was weird. Hey, is it working now? Okay, yeah, it is. It's tracking now. Alright. Ooh, that's too small. Sorry, I am uploading the video at the same time, so everything's a little glitchy right now. Oh boy. Too small. Slowly. No sudden movements. No sudden movements. How good is that? You know what? That's good. I'll keep it. Alright. So. Obtain 15 credits to save your weapon durability to 0. Except I don't have a weapon, so haha. So yeah, this is a pistol, your basic weapon. It won't have a durability, but every weapon you buy will have durability. And if you want to increase the durability of the weapon, you have to buy the same weapon. And that's assuming you actually get it in the next selection of loadouts. Raise attack by 1, double your attack by tomorrow. That's actually really useful right now. Let's see. Attack 1. Might as well get this up because it's harder to get this one. Congratulations, as of today, residence tax will be deducted from your salary. Never forget that paying taxes is the privilege of every Kazormian citizen. For the good of our nation, work hard and pay your taxes. National Tax Bureau. And this one's going to take a second. And as you can tell by looking at this screen, it tells you what your base salary is, fixed overtime allowance, and community allowance. And then it shows all of your deductibles, which is all the shit that eats away at your salary. Look at this crap. It practically takes everything out of your salary. You have a residence tax, a corporate housing fee, a student loan payment, because, you know, this person apparently went to school at one point, nursing care insurance, reconstruction tax, income tax, unemployment tax, unemployment. Oh no, it's unemployment insurance. 2 credit pension and health insurance, which makes sense given her line of work, but still. That could be useful. Those are suiciders. You want to get those immediately. Oh, sweet. A gun with more punch? Sign me the fuck up. Hand grenades. I'll go with attack 1. That armor piercing's looking real nice right about now. Ah, here we go. And here you can choose a companion of your choice if you want to. Let's see. For the route we're going, because there is multiple routes you can take, and that's all depending on who you decide to hire from here on out, and as long as you keep them right. But there's also a decision that happens a little bit after this, where you can choose if you want to take companion story routes or if you want to take the main character's story route. Let's see, and for cost-effective sake, I'm gonna say, well, maybe not cost-effective. You know, a submachine gun user would be pretty useful. You know what? I'll take you. This is Prasavka. You might even be as good as I was when I first started. But don't get me wrong, that's what we expect here at Blue Peacock. Thank you. But to be honest, I'm starting to get worried. The enemy's attacks are getting harder to fend off. How am I supposed to hold the line on my own? Seriously, I'm a busy woman, you know? I don't have time to hold your hand while you get your bearings. Sorry? Oh, very well. I suppose I could teach you a thing or two. Just this once. What? Listen up, Snezhinka. The key to winning offensive battle is to wipe out your enemies before they get in range of the objective. You should make recruiting a coworker your top priority, which we just fucking did that. 2 guns are always better than 1, trust me. Just remember that you can only have 1 coworker at a time. If you recruit someone new, you'll lose whoever you were working with before. With me so far? Good. Now, there's one more thing you need to know. Wait right there. I'll be back in a flash. You may have noticed that you can use your credits to buy new weapons. Unfortunately, weapons you buy won't last forever. When a weapon's durability falls to 0, it'll break. And you'll be stuck with this. What's that supposed to be? Some kind of bug? Though I guess it also kind of looks like a boomerang. I trust you know what this is. Of course. That's right, it's a handgun. That's what I was gonna say. I've always had a knack for art, you know? You don't say. You're very talented. For a toddler, maybe. Alright, we're introducing the next mechanic of the game. Is that in between certain sections of levels, I believe it's every 10 days or so, you get to come back to the quarters, which here you get to choose a few things. This is where you'll see your companion that your coworker you've hired. And they'll update you on some stupid things that they're doing. But mostly, you can choose a few things to do. So, while you're here. One of those things being that you can either work on assembling guns or something or whatever. I think it's assembling guns. Or you're cleaning them, I don't know. For a little extra cash, usually 3 credits worth. Here you can get a random stat boost based off of whatever meal it comes out of this thing. You can upgrade your magazine capacity by using the vending machine. Oh yeah, and also your companions will also actively decorate and change the way your cabin looks. So this person likes to sleep all the time, so there's a fuck ton of pillows in here. The TV will also update you on news. A lot of funny details in here. And this one is to take a shower. This is to help reload. This is how to upgrade your reload speed for some bizarre reason. I don't know why. And this is the bathroom. I've never needed to use the bathroom before, but the bathroom helps you like immediately reset your cooldown time for your gadget to 0. So mine is armor piercing. That 15 seconds would just be gone if I were to use it, but because I value stats right at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and use the shower. Reload speed is key, especially with this early state weapons. And then once you do that, you can't do anything else, so it's right to bed with you. All citizens are now required to pay a broadcast reception fee, regardless of whether they possess a television or radio. This fee is crucial to the upkeep of the National Broadcasting Company, which provides the people of our great nation with accurate information each and every day. Any individuals who miss a payment will receive a single reminder. Thereafter, failure to pay on time will result in a legal action to ensure that all citizens bear their fair share of this vital public expense. National Broadcasting Company. As you can tell, this is a dystopian nightmare feel kind of world where everyone's basically forced into indentured slavery. They are all essentially wage slaves. Everyone's a wage slave. You're a wage slave, your mom's a wage slave, your dad's a wage slave, your fucking sister's a wage slave. Knockback, that'd be nice. Defeat 100 enemies. Okay. As of today, all employees are responsible for paying a larger portion of their social insurance premiums. This revision impacts salary deductions for health insurance, pension, and unemployment insurance, and nursing care insurance. Kindly note that it does not constitute an increase in tax. The payment of social insurance premiums is essential to maintain and improve our nation's social security system. We appreciate your understanding and cooperation. Wonderful. So basically eroding the point of even being an employee, you get fucking an even larger increase of paying portions of your usual tax. But they don't call it a tax. Kill fewer than 10 enemies tomorrow and your coworker will level up. Awesome. Nice. Now she's level 2. I haven't gotten any options to upgrade her at all, but I'm slowly getting options. There's also an option that comes up that if you wanted to, you can actually have her follow you across the battlefield instead of having her stay stagnant in one position. Oh, there it is, right there. SWAT tactics. Can I come in? You will get a part of their story a little bit as you play through the game, regardless of what route you're going to choose. But essentially, you know, you can get a snippet idea of what kind of character's personality is like, even when you're doing, the main character's route. So that's just something to note. But you won't get the ending. You won't get the ending route for these characters unless you do the character-specific decision. Unless you choose to do the character routes instead of the main character's route, which that one's pretty obvious on the onset. Because when the decision comes up, it's pretty obvious what you're going to prioritize and what you can and cannot prioritize, right? Because the game massively disguised this as like a pivotal choice of like, do you want to do A or do you want to do B? Alright, anyways. Eeps, sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I'll just come back later. I don't know what I did wrong, but it sure looks like I've gotten myself on her bad side. Snezhinka, what are you doing, standing out here in the hall? It's my coworker. She seems really upset, though I'm not sure why. Upset? Oh, of course. You wouldn't know about her little problem. Come on, I'll handle this. Wait, Dochka. Krasovka, you're scaring the newbie with that glare of yours. Oh, my bad. Guess I haven't told you my name yet. I'm Krasovka. I am sorry if I'm butchering these names, by the way, but I have no idea how to pronunciate these. And don't worry, I'm not mad at you or anything. I just haven't been getting enough sleep lately. Really? Yeah, I kind of have trouble falling asleep without the special pillow I've got here in the barracks. And I get a little cranky when I'm tired. That's all it is. That's good to know. Great. Be seeing you then. The next morning. Yawn. Guess it's time to get ready for work. Good morning, Snezhinka. Did you sleep well last night? I know I did. Let's give it our best out there today. Do I know you? Come on now, Snezhinka. Don't tell me you're still half asleep. I'm Krasovka, remember? Seriously? She's an entirely different person today. All right. Kazormia faces a dire labor shortage as the working population declines due to the ongoing war. To combat this emerging crisis, a new tax is hereby levied upon individuals lacking substantial contributions to our great nation. This tax applies to unmarried individuals and lower-class citizens whose taxable income falls below a certain threshold. For the glorious future of our nation, work hard and pay your taxes. National Tax Bureau. That's amazing. Unmarried individuals and lower-class citizens whose taxable income falls below a certain threshold. Jesus. You do be like that. Obtain 20 credits, but reduce your attack and fire rate by level 1. Maybe not. I'll take an increase in clip size. This will increase our base defense, so this thing will have more health to work with, I'm imagining. That, or it just reduces overall damage. And having her follow me around is so much better because now she can attack the enemies much faster and much quicker than if she were to wait for them to get in range. That was kind of a necessity, really. I can get a lot of base defense early. But I'll focus on stats. If you play your cards right and play it well enough, and it's not too hard to maximize, you can just... You won't have to worry too much about taking base damage all that often. Because you'll be so OP by the time you get to any real dangerous situations that it won't even matter. Nothing but guns. Here we go. Defeat 250 enemies. An advanced assault rifle. That might actually be useful right now. Let's see. You know what? This is the 29th day. Why not? Can't let the nozzle on that fall down because if it aims directly at it, it's going to fire a cannon that's going to demolish the defense on this place. Nice. It even gives you an option later on if you want to just leave your coworker by the damn objective if you want. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and go with a medium barricade. Trial period evaluation. Days of perfect defense, 30. Retries, 0. Exemplary performance. Congratulations on completing your trial period here at Blue Peacock Co. Your performance has exceeded our every expectation. Accordingly, we have decided to offer you a permanent position with our company. Kindly sign the enclosed documents and return them to General Affairs at your earliest convenience. Congratulations, Snezhinka. As of today, you're a permanent member of Blue Peacock Co. Not that I'm surprised, of course. I mean, your sister is part of the Molten Iron Squadron. Wait, you know about my sister? Who doesn't? She's in the news practically every day. They say she's fighting up in the Northern Front. Now that you finished your trial period, you're ready to handle some real work. As luck would have it, one of our new work orders is based up in the North City, not far from where your sister is stationed. That's not your only option, though. I have a second work order here. and this one asks for you by name. You'd be dispatched to East City, and... Huh? This is odd. It looks like it requires you to become an independent contractor. This whole thing's a little unusual, but I guess that just goes to show how much potential the higher-ups see in you. The choice is yours, Snezhinka. Which work order do you want to accept? Alright, this is the defining choice. Either North City or East City. And depending on which one you choose, it's going to determine whether you get the main character story or the fucking companion story. Which, there's some interesting stories between either, but the companion stories all bleed into one similar format. You know? You basically get to see their character and what their characters are like from beginning to end. Then you see like a growing bond between both Snezhinka and the coworker in question. And before long, you know, once you've maxed out and seen all the scenes, you'll get the ending where you'll be able to see how like Snezhinka and the coworker story turns out. And it all follows a similar story format, but it's, you know, each character introduces their own sort of like personal touch to the proceedings of that story, so it's interesting. They're also slightly written a little differently, so that being said, you know, there is some flavor there. But overall, once you see one companion story, you've practically seen them all, just with a different flavor, right? At any rate, for the sake of basically playing the game, actually, you know what? I'm not sure. You know what? We'll go ahead and choose... I'll choose North City. I figured you'd say that. Alright, let me fill you in on the details of the job. There's a large-scale battle playing out on the outskirts of North City. The National Army and the bigger PMCs have their hands full fighting the enemy. So the government has hired smaller PMCs like us to protect the city in their stead. Our team has been asked to defend one of its small side gates. Seems like an easy enough task, but you never know with these things. By the way, when I said our team resume to the client, I put down that you've been with us for 5 years. What? Why? I've only worked here for a month. They would have paid us a lot less if we said you didn't have any experience. And with our parent company helping themselves to a slice of the pie, we wouldn't even make back our expenses. To be honest, I wasn't too keen on the idea myself, but the CEO forced my hand. I do have some good news, though. I'll be joining you and the others for this job. You can now recruit Dochka as your co-worker by purchasing the Advanced Grenader card. Dochka or Dachka? I have no idea. Letter of employment. As of today, you have been assigned to defend North City side gates. Please be aware that the city's engineer corps have been directed to prioritize repairs to the main gate and will therefore be unable to fix any damage the side gate sustains. Should the side gate be damaged due to negligence on your part, you can perform repairs by purchasing a restoration card. Sounds condescending when it says it like that, doesn't it? We'll just go on. Okay, cooldown reduction. And as you can see from this menu, we're gaining a lot more stuff, but that's probably for specifically the company. Security invoice, security, yeah, it's all probably from other companies, which is interesting. You know, I never used the advanced machine pistol. I'm kind of curious how that plays out. I'll take it. Of course you give me that. Of course you give me that. I'm sticking with it, though. Congratulations. In recognition of your hard work, you have been selected to receive a performance bonus along with your salary today. Ooh, a multi-missile. That's actually useful. Something a bit more affordable, but still hits hard. Let's raise that attack. You've grown quite a bit since you first started here, Snezhinka. It won't be long before you've maxed out some of your stats, if you haven't already. Now you're probably wondering if that means you can't get any stronger, right? I wasn't, but now that you mention it, I knew it. Be right back. Ahem. No, fear not, Snezhinka. While it may seem that your stats top out at a 15, they can in fact be raised indefinitely. But after a certain point, you'll start to see diminishing returns. You can boost a stat until the cows come home, but it won't make you a whole lot stronger. The same is true for your coworker's level and the objective's defense. The stats value will turn gray when it hits this point and continue to darken as you improve it further. Consider this a sign that you'd be better off focusing your attention elsewhere. I'll keep that in mind. I was so distracted by that drawing, I didn't hear a word she said. Say, Dachka, what's that in the corner there? Notice that, did you? It's pretty cute, if I do say so myself. Surely you recognize it. This little guy's been prowling around the barracks for the last few days. Wait, really? That thing actually exists? You do recognize it, don't you? Think, Snezhinka, think. Dachka's starting to look worried. Snezhinka? She's so proud of what she drew, I can't admit that I have no idea what it's supposed to be. You're just pulling my leg, right? A cute animal that's been seen near the barracks. Going by its stubby tail and those sharp teeth, it must be a dog. I was only messing with you, Dachka. Of course I know what it is. It's, really? Well, that's a relief. Just yesterday, the little cutie came right up to me and meowed as it rubbed against my leg. Cat. It's a cat. Boy, it sure is cute. Just look at its mouth. I knew you'd recognize true art when you saw it. That was a close one. All right, back at it. I guess I'll get it. Adopt a pet dog. You can also summon that as a type of, like, requisition for the combat. But that one's gonna show up in the barracks for some reason. I guess people do like pets. They certainly do. Sweet. We can upgrade her just a little bit further. Going with a submachine gun. Congratulations! In recognition of your hard work, you have been selected to receive a performance bonus along with your salary today. Ah, I can upgrade her some more, but she costs so much money. I'll upgrade defense. Oh boy. I forget that I have the multi-missile launcher sometimes. Nice. Defeat 500 enemies. Go and knockback. Oh, sweet, I need that. Oh, pillow, my sweet, sweet pillow. Reunited at long last. You sure do love that pillow, huh? You bet. I don't know what I'd do without it. Die, probably? It doesn't look all that special to me, though. Want to try it out? I'll lend you one of my spares. I've got tons of them. Really? Okay, then, sure. Oh, wow. So soft. This is amaze. Snezhinka? Krasavka. Your self-evaluation forms are due today. If you want decent bonuses, you better get them. Wait, are you napping? Dachka, is that you? Rise and shine, Snezhinka. You have work to do. This pillow is incredible. Come here, Dachka. You've got to try it. Oh, for goodness sake, if I didn't know better, I'd think I was talking to Krasavka. Listen, Snezhinka, we have high hopes for you here, so you better. Come on, Dachka, there's plenty of pillows to go around. Not you two. I'll never hear the end of it if I don't get your evaluations filed by the end of the day. It'll only take a second. You know you want to. Well, I suppose it couldn't hurt. Whoops. Want to borrow my pillow again? Now we're pillow pals. Marfusha's meteoric rise demonstrates the wisdom of Kazormia's leadership. A lot of lore can be gained from just looking at the background. So yeah, there's our DOG, our dog. Alright. Ooh. Yes. I guess I'll use that. This is a burst fire gun. Not the most useful thing, but it hits hard and fast, so that's good. Yeah, we maxed out our attack. For God's sake. There we go. Oh, I would love to get that. But I'll stick with this for now. Oh, I can't hit them unless they're on screen? That's annoying. That's one thing I didn't know. So your gadget cooldown timer to 0 and significantly reduce your gadget cooldown tomorrow. Yep, this is definitely helping me out. We'll just continue. That fucking thing. Die, damn it. Die, damn you. Nice. I'll go with that. Enemy mechs have been detected within the city walls. Our intel suggests that they've targeted the city's power plants, as the National Army forces are fully committed elsewhere. All PMCs are ordered to engage the enemy while maintaining the defensive perimeter around the city. They can't be serious. We already have our hands full keeping this gate secure. For goodness sake, get ready to move out, Snezhinka. We have to take out those mechs. I'll contact the other PMCs and have them divert troops to hold the gate while we're away. Something's not right here, Joshka. There haven't been any reports of enemy mechs breaching the walls, so how did they get into the city? Good question, but we can get to the bottom of that later. Right now we have a job to do. Power plant number 6, main gate. Bad news, Snezhinka. They are just declared a state of emergency. Several power plants have already been destroyed, and the rest are under heavy fire. We can't afford to let this one fall to the enemy as well. Easier said than done. I doubt it'd take much firepower to punch through that fence. And we're gonna make it through this attack. We'll need to set up some kind of barricade. Do you think we could requisition that crane and those shipping containers? You know, that just might work. Good thinking, Snezhinka. These containers belong to the Blue Peacock Co.'s parent company. They've taken a cut out of our profits for long enough. I think it's time they earned their keep. We'll just help ourselves to their containers. I mean, this is an emergency. What other choice do we have? Onto the barricade they go. Someone seems to be enjoying herself. A state of emergency has been declared. You are hereby authorized to claim materials from any shipping containers the enemy destroys. The contents of a given container can be identified by its color. Red, stat increase. Yellow, credits. Green, green gadgets. Purple, chance cards. Orange, coworker level up. Gray, empty. Keep in mind that the power plant's gate is exceedingly fragile and will be difficult to defend without shipping containers to serve as a barricade. Take care to balance material collection with defensive fortification while repelling the enemy's assault. Oh, sweet. Oh, wait, coworker level up. That's even better. Alright, now she's maxed. Lose 10 credits and raise the objective's defense by level. Fuck you. How about more knockback? In light of recent decline in our company's earnings, we have made a difficult decision to reduce all performance bonuses until further notice. Blue Peacock Co.'s CEO offers the following words of encouragement in this trying time. I need not remind you that bonuses are a direct reflection of the value you bring to this company, as determined by your managers and other executive officers. So ask yourself this: when did you stop seeking to improve? In the old days, we considered ourselves fortunate to have jobs and gladly sacrificed sleep to do what had to be done. I leave you with a few pieces of advice. You will not get anywhere in life by blaming the company for your own failings. Take responsibility, commit yourself to your duties, and consider how best you can contribute to society. Blue Peacock Co. Damn, I don't have enough money. I'll skip for now. So close. Of course, it has to be this garbage rifle, but I'll take it. I need a gun. It's not that garbage anyways, but I just don't like it. It doesn't fire nearly as much as I would like it to. It needs to fire in quicker succession than this. Alright. Obtain 10 credits. Oh, that's amazing, actually. Krasavka, what did you do before you worked here? I was a materials scientist. Wait, really? Yep, just doing grunt level research though. Still, that means you're part of the elite. I can't imagine why you give that up for a tiny PMC like Blue Peacock. Tell me something, Snezhinka. Which is the superior material, iron or aluminum? Huh? Well, iron is pretty sturdy, but aluminum weighs a lot less. I can't say I've really given it much thought. Here in Kazor Moria, superior individuals are given special treatment, while those deemed inferior are made to serve. The director of the research institute I worked at was convinced the same could be applied to materials, and some were naturally superior to others. The government took a shine to that. I guess they found it patriotic, but the attention only served to inflate the director's ego. Soon, he started claiming that aluminum was weak, inferior. Aluminum isn't weak, though. It's malleable, and that's a good thing. It makes it easy to shape and to process. I should know, since I was the one researching it. But when I said as much, he went off on me for stepping out of line. The next day, the police showed up at my house and arrested me for being a dissident. Since I didn't have a criminal record, they let me go after 3 days of questioning. But that was more than enough to get me fired. No decent company was willing to hire me after that. My career as a scientist was over. In the end, I found myself here. I don't get it. Why didn't anyone stand up for you? I mean, you didn't do anything wrong. Everyone and everything has different strengths and weaknesses. So, don't. Talk like that can get you locked up. Trust me. I had a dream, you know, that the materials I developed would one day be used to build rockets for new spacecraft. Not that there's any chance of that happening so long as I'm working here. That doesn't mean you shouldn't give up, though. This war is going to end eventually, and when it does, I'm sure you'll get another chance. For what it's worth, I believe in you. I know you can do it. Thanks, Snezhinka. Thanks for encouraging me, Snezhinka. I won't give up on my dream. In a recent interview, Marfusha stated that she considers it an honor to serve her beloved fatherland on the battlefield. Alright, and back into the sack we go. Scientist types are always the ones who are iconically in most fiction by Japanese media shown as either being two types of scientists, either really, really sleepy or batshit insane, or just quirky as all sin. There's never an in-between. And when there is, it's because they're usually plot relevant or very important to the plot in some fashion. Magazine capacity, we're kind of low on that. I could get a submachine gun if I wanted, but I don't know if I want this one in particular. Beggars cannot be choosers, though. Yeah, it's working out so far. Oh, wait, no, I don't need that. Damn it. And congratulations, recognition of your hard work. You have been selected to receive a performance bonus along with your salary today. Now you're done with that. The design of these robots are something else. For a big crate to only hold 2 credits, that is also something else. Defeat 1,000 enemies. Oh, awesome. Sweet. I think I'll go for increased magazine capacity since I already have a decent reload speed. Knockback. Yes. Congratulations. In recognition of your hard work, you have been selected to receive a performance bonus along with today's salary. I could use that. Nice. If you don't move at all, your weapon durability increases by 3. Challenge accepted. Oof. Worth it. Yes, more cargo shipments, please. No buying for me. Oh boy. Die, damn you. There we go. All enemy mechs inside the city have been destroyed. We are currently assessing the extent of the damage. All PMCs are ordered to return to their assigned stations and resume their defensive duties. We did it somehow. We held the line. But of course, there's no rest for the weary. Come on, Snezhinka, we should get moving. Go on ahead, I'll be right behind you. If you say so, see you back at the gate. With me, Krasovka. Okay. Snezhinka, I'll see you later. This is all wrong. The enemy never breached the city walls, and the anti-aircraft guns would have shot down any that tried to drop in from above. They couldn't have snuck in through the sewers either. Those bigger mechs we fought wouldn't have fit. So how did they get in? Wait, that white shipping container. The mechs attacked the other containers, but left that one untouched. Why? Clunk. I knew it. The mechs didn't have to find a way into the city. They were already here, hidden away in those containers. And just what do you think you're doing? Huh? Who are you? Come now, Snezhinka. I should think you would recognize the face of Blue Peacock's parent company's CEO. The container. It belongs to your company? Why is it filled with the enemy's mechs? I doubt you'd believe me were I to plead ignorance, yes? Very well. The truth, then. That container houses material generously provided to me by my foreign allies. Others like it are hidden away within warehouses all across North City. I need only give the command, and the mechs they contain will carry out coordinated assault on their designated targets. This preliminary attack served to cripple the city's power grid. When the time is ripe, I will mobilize all the mechs at my disposal to destroy the military's command centers, then bring the city down on their heads. I don't believe this. You're planning to destroy a Khazormian city? A regrettable necessity, but such is the price of peace. My organization labors to topple Khazormia's corrupt regime and install in its place a new order, that our nation might coexist with its neighbors. Surely you've witnessed the failings of the status quo, the inept government's perpetuation of discrimination and exploitation, their foolish insistence on continuing this meaningless war. You could join us, Snezhinka. Fight for the future of Khazormia at our side. Not a chance. Even if you're telling me the truth, turning on your countrymen like this is wrong. You will leave your sister to die then. What are you talking about? Recall, if you would, what the news says of Marfusha's martial accomplishments. The government keeps our advertising departments rather busy coming up with those broadcasts, you know. Some of the details may be exaggerated, yes, but the lion's share of it is true. Nonetheless, it's a miracle your sister has survived this long, given her penchant for charging into battle without any concern for her own safety. And even were that not the case, the constant exposure to the government's experimental weapons will do her in before long. Mark my words, if this war continues, Marfusha will die. Of course, that suits the government just fine. I doubt anything could convince the powers that be to relieve your sister of her duties. And when she inevitably expires, they are fully prepared to use her death to justify drawing out this conflict even further. The fact is that this war has reached a deadlock, and even the great Marfusha has little hope of changing that. So long as she continues to serve the government, her death is all but certain. Unless, of course, you intervene. My offer stands. Join us, Snezhinka. Together we can put an end to this war and rebuild Khazormia as a nation of peace. I give you my word that if you stand with us, we will do everything in our power to keep your sister safe. And when the battle is won, the two of you will be free to return to your quiet, peaceful lives. You'd help me protect Marfusha? Certainly, but the choice is yours. Unlike the National Army, we do not coerce others into enlisting. If you still believe me to be your enemy, go ahead and pull the trigger. You'll be touted as a hero who rooted out a vile traitor. Why, the government might even offer you a meager reward for your trouble, but it will do nothing to help your sister. I don't trust him. Whatever he's after, he's willing to betray his homeland to achieve it. But he's right about Marfusha. She won't last much longer. I know that better than anyone. And time is running out. All right. I accept. A decision for which I am most grateful. I applaud your courage, Snezhinka. You're making the right choice. Welcome to the Revolutionary Army. If you would come with us, we will show you to our base. At least let me say goodbye to the others before we go. Ah, yes, the mercenaries from Blue Peacock. Fear not, your friends will be joining us soon enough. It is no coincidence that your company is, shall we say, a home for individuals with a less than favorable view of the government. Sir, our informants report that the National Army and the Molten Iron Squadron are headed this way. Right on time. Give our forces the order to mount a fighting retreat. Let the government's dogs think us weak and outnumbered. Let me join in the rear guard. I'll help you buy time to get away. I thought you might say as much. Here, take this non-lethal ammunition. Our neighbors developed it to better capture enemy soldiers. As the Revolutionary Army tries to avoid harming fellow Khazormians whenever possible, we make use of it as well. That's good to know. Now then, permit me to leave you with one final gift. Should you manage to rescue your sister, I will, of course, make good on my promise of sanctuary. However, I fear that her blind loyalty to the government will deafen her to your pleas. If you cannot persuade her to come willingly, use this gun. I sincerely hope you will not need it, but if push comes to shove, it may well be your only hope of saving your sister. You will only have a single shot. Be absolutely certain you cannot miss before pulling the trigger. I've never seen a weapon like this before. Is it a tranquilizer gun? Something like that. Alas, I have tarried for too long as it is. Good luck, Snezhinka. Ugh. Notice. Welcome to the Revolutionary Army. We are pleased to count you among our ranks. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Anyways, no. The memes aside, though it pains us to assign you a mission so soon, we require your aid in stalling the National Army while our forces retreat. We will supply you with non-lethal ammunition for the duration of this assignment. We have no desire to see fellow Khazormians come to harm. Our quarrel is with the government alone. Unfortunately, the National Army has no such qualms. Expect them to attack with lethal intent. The Revolution will also provide you with deployable mechs and a small stipend. Please utilize these resources to their fullest extent. Our nation's tyrannical government can be tolerated no longer. Together, we will free the people from oppression and usher in a new dawn for Khazormia. Revolutionary Army Public Relations Officer. Oh, how the turns have tabled. And look at that, because we're working for the Revolutionary Army that is unsanctioned, we don't get nearly the same level of garbage that is the base salary, plus deductions, and among other things, right? Just the base salary. We are getting 40 bucks, people. We making good money here. By level 1, if your weapon's durability is less than 4, raise your reload speed by 3. Oh damn, that multi-missile actually works here. Aren't those multi-missiles killing people, though? Because they're just missiles, right? It's the Batman problem of like, oh, I'm gonna hit you with this slug that's basically like a beanbag, but it hits so fucking hard it destroys tanks. That'd be good right now. It survives indefinitely. It's just whenever I need it, which is nice. Reload speed. Do I need that? I don't think so. I'll take it anyways. Whoa. This vehicle is serving me very well. There, come on. There we go. Oh yeah, am I running out of durability? Oh boy. Yes. Could even summon a drone if I wanted to. I'll take a large mech though. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, it's charging now. Come on, give me a better weapon than this. That will work. The army's troops are breaking off their attack. I've kept them busy long enough. It's time for me to retreat. Snezhinka. Marfusha? It's really you. I'm so glad you're okay. Why are you here, Snezhinka? Well, I've done everything in my power to stop the government from turning you into a tool of war. Yet here you are on the battlefield. Why? It's not too late. I can still make this all go away. I used my authority to call off the army's attack. I should be able to silence the soldiers you fought as well. But we have to go. Now. No, Marfusha. Can't you see? We're fighting to put an end to this war. I can only guess what you've been through. But you don't have to suffer anymore. Come with me. Do you hear what you're saying? You've fallen in with a band of rebels. If you're caught, you won't even get a trial. They'll send you straight to the firing squad. I can protect you, Snezhinka, but only if we leave before the rest of the squadron arrives. We're wasting time. If you won't come willingly, I'm afraid I'll have to do this the hard way. Marfusha, no, listen to me. Oh boy. And so it begins. The ultimate battle between two sisters commence. No boy. Got her. All stages complete. Death and taxes, model employee, fleeting reunion. I yield. You surpassed me, Sentinel. That's not true. The only reason I could keep up is because of your wounds. Just look at you. You're in so much pain. You're struggling to stay on your feet. I noticed how careful you were with your left hand during the fight. And that you can only barely see with your right eye anymore. The government's weapons did this to you, didn't they? They're killing you, Marfusha. Please, this has to end. Enough. You think I don't know what's happening in my body? That I haven't realized how horrible this country is? But if I lay down on my gun now, my friends will have died in vain. I refuse to let them be forgotten, written off as a convenient scapegoat used to shield those in power. They were never just pawns on a game board, ready to be cast aside once they served their purpose. They mattered. Every last one of them mattered. It's because of them that I am who I am today. The higher-ups might have scorned them because of their class, or income, or military records. But once I saved Kazormia, I'll prove to everyone that their lives had meaning. As the sole survivor, that's the only way I can honor their sacrifice. Even if it costs me my life, I have to keep on fighting until this war is won. So you can forget about me joining your rebellion. She really means that. Nothing I can say will change her mind. This is the most she's ever said about what she's been through. I can only guess what happened to her in the East City and how much she's suffered since. But no matter her reasons, it's clear to me that Kazormia is going to lose this war. I can't let her throw her life away in vain. Stopping this war really is the only way to save you. I'm sorry, Marfusha. I could tell your friends meant a lot to you, but I'm not about to stand by and watch as the government sends you to die. I only have one shot at this, but there's no way I can miss from here. You've protected me all this time. Now it's my turn to protect you. What? She's not moving. What? Why? Why is she bleeding? Ah! Marfusha, talk to me, Marfusha! Snezhinka, what in the world happened here? No, 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 this can't be happening. Get a hold of yourself, Snezhinka. The Molten Iron Squadron will be here any minute now. If they find you here, they'll kill you. Help someone, anyone, please. My sister needs help. I'm sorry, Snezhinka, but we have to go. Command, this is the Vice Captain of the Molten Iron Squadron. Marfusha was shot after running ahead to engage the enemy. She's alive, but in critical condition. Footage from a nearby security camera revealed that the shooter was Marfusha's own sister, Snezhinka. Unfortunately, the insurgents managed to make a copy of the footage before they fled. I fear our troubles are only just beginning. Dachka, how are you acclimating to your life as a rebel? Or rather, to your life in the Revolutionary Army? I'm worried about Snezhinka. She hasn't left her bed since we arrived. When she isn't asleep, she just sits there, dazed and muttering to herself in denial. Poor girl. No doubt she's still in shock over what transpired. After all, she slew her own sister to ensure a brighter future for all of Kazormia. I can only imagine how difficult that must have been. Marfusha meant the world to Snezhinka. That's why she joined the Blue Peacock in the first place. I just can't believe that she would pull the trigger, no matter what the reason. What happened was a terrible tragedy, Dachka. But know this. Snezhinka's resolve proves that she is a true patriot. We would do well to learn from her example. When I found her, Snezhinka was holding a gun I'd never seen before. This is just a theory, but what if someone handed her an unfamiliar weapon and told her it was a tranquilizer gun? I suppose that is a possibility, though it would be most unfortunate were it to be the case. Regardless, the past is in the past. The two of you are soldiers in the Revolutionary Army now. I know you have no great love for the government. I expect great things from you, Dachka. Do not disappoint me. Of course. I joined the rebellion because I was fed up with being beaten down by the government. But they're no better than the regime they're trying to overthrow. Why can't things just go right for once? Revolutionary Army newspaper. Marfusha, the Kazormian dictatorship brutal enforcer, is dead. In an act of overwhelming courage, the heroic Snezhinka rose up against the government's tyranny and turned her gun on her sister, Marfusha. She is a true patriot, one who places the future of our nation above all else. Her resolve is as a beacon in the night, a guiding light we all must follow. Corruption eats away at the heart of our beloved Kazormia, and the government is content to watch as violence and overtaxation consumes the everyman. We must act now and cut out the rot before it festers. To you, true patriots, we have but one entreaty. Take up arms and join the savior of our dying land in the fight for liberation. Ending 8. And that was the end of one of the stories of Sentinel Girls 2's Snezhinka. So, what'd you all think of that? Pretty awesome, right? It's actually a really fun game. It's very simple, very easy to get into, and it's just, it's just something to play to kill time if you're just wanting a game to just, fuck around with until maybe you're getting to something more important, right? I believe I saw this game on the Switch at one point. If you manage to get this on a handheld or even the Steam Deck, that'd probably be optimal. This is definitely not a game you would probably just sit and play for hours on end like some other games, right? It's not as meaty, but it's good to pass the time. And it's also got very dark and tragic stories in here. It deals with dark themes, mostly revolving around, well, yeah, capitalism and other things, right? As well as just government corruption and all that shit. It's a really fucked up situation, but, you know, that's kind of the point of some games, right? Is that, you know, they kind of show you, like, a dystopian nightmare like this. It kind of shows you, like, a dark reflection of what society could be. And this game does a pretty good job, I think, in mostly taking a lot of its ideas and themes and kind of introducing just enough elements in here to where you not only know what this game is about, but you're kind of invested for at least a short while you're playing it, right? As you can see, it only took me an hour and 41 minutes just to get through it, so that being said, there's several other stories and other characters to play around with. You can also go into challenge mode and experience it that way. As you can see, there are several other characters that you can play as. You can play as Snezhinka, you can play as this chick, and this chick. They're all different characters. They all have different play styles and weapon types that they're more so experienced with. And you can do it in a horde modes kind of base-like state. You can also play as play in one of the other type of arena-style ones that they had set up, which is like they had the power plant defense mission, and they also have the gate defense one. There's a lot of fun to be had here, just by through the simple elements that it has on display. But I would definitely suggest that if you just wanted to get a game that isn't going to break the bank, that you're absolutely willing to just fork over a little bit of dough just for something to kill the time in between maybe your lunch or certain work sessions, this is probably a great way to do that. The game does autosave between break areas too. If you're playing the game and you make it to like a rest area, you make it to the rest area, the resting point where you have the choice between doing one of the several menial tasks you can do or things you can do before you go to bed. Like if you make it to that point, the game just automatically saves and it's like a checkpoint system. If I remember correctly, when I tried exiting out of the game and going back into it when I was in mid-mission, it did not reload that state. And so I had to replay the mission again. But otherwise, this is a pretty fun game, and it's got an interesting cast of characters, though whether or not you actually take a liking to it and like the character is just on its face. A lot of this game is basically on its face. If you don't like this game, and if you don't like anything you've seen so far, then by and large, if you were to buy it and try to unlock everything and delve deeper into it, I don't think you're going to get anything more from it. So that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video and this one-shot video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.